Alright, welcome to today's episode. So, can you get back your ex-boyfriend, your ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, ex-husband with ayahuasca? Can you heal from heartbreak? Can you heal from the pain, the grief, the sadness that follows a breakup? I want to share today a little bit about this because this is one of the main reasons that people come to drink medicine. They were in love, right? They were with somebody that maybe they thought was their person, their other half, their better half. Media naranja, half orange, like we say in Colombia. And you just realize that that was not the case. And you're disillusioned, which means you are out of the illusion that that person, that relationship was going to last forever. And breakups have a beautiful gift, and it is that they invite you to look at yourself and who you are and what you want. Whether it was their fault, maybe you caught them cheating or doing something that broke the agreements of the relationship, or whether it was yours, maybe you were the one that, through your anger, your lies, or your lack of effort, lost the other person. There is something at the core of this, and it's an energy, right? An energy of unconsciousness, either your unconsciousness or the unconsciousness of the other person. So how can ayahuasca help with this? The first thing that you need to understand, I'm going to sit here by the hammock. The first thing that you need to understand is that there's two options every time that you go through a breakup. Option number one is you take your time alone, take a break from dating, and you understand what was it that caused this breakup. Option number two, you rush into dating new people and hope that things are going to be different. But they will not. And you may have seen that over and over, maybe some of your past partners look very similar. And I'm not talking about physically, but emotionally, the way they are. Maybe you think, wow, all women are controlling, all men are possessive or violent. No, maybe all the women that you're dating, maybe all the men that you have chosen. So the first thing that ayahuasca is going to invite you to do is to pay attention and take responsibility for your choices. But beyond that, it's going to allow you to see where those choices are coming from. Because maybe you're thinking, this was my perfect person and I chose them. But in reality, most people are a bundle of scattered desires. Their mind wants something, their heart wants something else, their body wants something even differently, right? And ayahuasca often shows us that the partners that we choose are trauma bonds. What is a trauma bond? It means that it is something that a relationship that you develop that resembles or that creates an environment around you in which you have no option but to relive trauma that you lived in your childhood. This is why they call it mommy issues, daddy issues. You often find women or men who play a role similar to the one that your caregiver did, with the virtues and also their flaws, right? And a trauma bond, its intention is to allow you to relive this experience and hopefully this time learn from it, right? You're trying to sort out something that happened when you were young through another person. But as you may have seen, this is rarely the case. Usually what we end up doing is suffering and wondering, why do we suffer? I'm going to give you my personal example. My mom, when I was growing up, she used to be very controlling. And I understand, I'm from Colombia and the country was very dangerous. That was her reaction and her attempt of keeping me and my sister safe. But I grew up thinking all women and the feminine is controlling. It will steal my freedom. I cannot trust it. I cannot trust them. So then I grew up avoiding commitment because for me a relationship with a woman meant I'm going to be controlled. I'm going to lose my freedom, right? So every woman that I met, I would tell her, I only want open relationships. And I want you to know that chances are that if I'm not with you, I am with other women. I'm not going to be exclusive with you. So please don't call me, don't ask me this and that. And I did this in my attempts to be a free man and be honest and upfront about things. However, women that were normal and that were not controlling or possessive, because of me saying this, because of me acting this way, they became very insecure. So then they started checking my phone, calling me, trying to control me, trying to manipulate and make sure that I did what they wanted, because now they felt this guy's going to run away with somebody else. So unconsciously, I was trying to run away from controlling women, trying to run away from my mom in every woman that I met. And this forced me to bring this side out of the women that I dated. So it was a trauma bond, right? And it was not until I healed that I started attracting different women, but even better, drawing a different side from every woman that I attracted. So can ayahuasca help you cure your heartbreak? Well, to cure means that you need to understand it first. So it will allow you to understand, where does it come from? Why did you choose that person? Why was that choice perfect for you? Why is the pain that you're suffering right now useful to you? What can you do about it? What did you do to bring out that part of that person? Or what unresolved things led you to act in ways that destroyed your relationship? Right? Before you think about healing, you need to think about understanding and clarity. And ayahuasca will take you to that point, all the way through childhood. How was your relationship with your father, your mother? What is still inside your system? What things did your dad did not give you that you're trying to get from the men that you encounter? What things did mommy did to you that now you're trying to either get more of or less of in your relationships? And once you go through that, you forgive yourself, you forgive your parent, you forgive your partner. Now you have a blank slate. Now the point from which you can connect to somebody is very different, because now you're conscious. And now it's not coming from a place of trauma. And this can mean one of two things. Number one, suddenly you're a more attractive and dynamic partner. Suddenly the person that didn't want to be with you is thrilled and excited about the new you, because he or she has realized that you have changed. Or number two, and this has happened to me in the past, the person that you were so in love with, and some people that are married, they go back and when they come home, they realize there is nothing in that person that they used to be so in love with that they really like. Nothing that is aligned with them. This happened to me one time. I went back to Toronto and I realized that a woman that I thought I was deeply in love with, the attraction, the desire that I felt towards her and nurturing that relationship was gone. And she's a great woman and I honor her friendship. But I realized the moment that I saw her that whatever was drawing me closer to her came from the wrong place. It came from a place of trauma. Unconsciously, because I couldn't see in what way she was resembling my mom, for example. So ayahuasca will bring you to a point of consciousness, and from that point you will either attract a more aligned partner or you will become a better partner. It will clarify how maybe everything that you thought was their problem and their mistakes and their issues and something they had to solve, maybe you were creating all along. And that's the beauty of this work, that it invites us to be responsible for what we're creating in life. Because if you're 100% responsible, you can change it. And if you can change it, you can create something new. So I hope that this video inspires you to sit with the medicine, and if not, to pay attention to your relationship. How are you responsible for what was created? And if you think that they were the ones that were wrong, remember that you chose them, so it's your responsibility. What made you choose them? All right, I hope you have a beautiful day and we'll talk soon.